25-foot long boat, so the motor was way back there. So you could beach it close enough that you don't have to get wet when you get out, so you're not in the water, which is nice because you're working. And then you just tie off to a tree or something like that, and go do your shovel test, and then come back to the boat, and you don't have to get wet at all. Now my boat, not so much like that.
Yeah.
Not a lot of room for gear. I mean, there is a platform on the back where we could strap stuff down if I had a couple screens or something back there.
Oh, and more importantly, I mean, I don't know exactly what a pontoon boat looks like, but I bet you could put a grill or something on there and cook.
You mean like a party boat? You never seen a party boat? Like a pontoon party boat with a big deck?
Oh!
And the big awning? That's a pontoon boat.
When I was in Arizona.
They're in literally every lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you're right. I mean, a lot of them do have barbecue grills, stereos, all kinds of stuff. I mean, you can do whatever you want there. So, but the point is, back to my boat.
Yeah.
I've got a huge bow, and you can't sit up there. Yeah, it's all sleeping area up there. So, if I were to beach mine, which I'll find out next weekend, but if I were to beach mine, you beach it right up on shore, and then you've either got to jump out the back and get very wet, or climb into the V-berth, up the hatch, and then out the front, and then jump off probably 4 or 5 feet onto the ground.
Although I have seen boats like that where they configure them without the front cabin and instead just have like the seating area.
Yeah, most boats are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a cuddy cabin version. That's what that's called. Yeah, obviously. But my point is, my boat doesn't have that. So it's really difficult, I would imagine, to get off the front without getting wet.
Oh, well, that too, but I meant, when you're like beaching the boat, just camera.
Camera?
Like see how high up or whatever it is, or what sort of ground it is. Whatever.
I don't understand what you're saying. What do you mean camera?
Like when you're going on shore. Just
Yeah.
like when you're putting on shore. And then, I don't know. You want to see what you're high up.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could take pictures, but if you got to get off and shovel test. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So it
oh
can
my
be real
God.
hard.
Ladder.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh, by the way, I should say hello, because apparently the beta for the YouTube, new YouTube streaming app was not, apparently I didn't have the full, all the buttons. I didn't realize we weren't live. So, now we're live for, the last half.
I don't know about the last half. We're going to have to shut this down here in the next 10 minutes.
Oh, really?
So
Wait, how long is this? Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's 1:30. Got to break this down and set up for the CRM Mark podcast recording.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Interesting. You guys going to talk about anything interesting today?
I have no idea. You know that. That's up to my co-hosts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, who's going to be showing up today?
Well, so far, Stephen Wagner and Bill Octor are showing up. They've confirmed. Doug will often show up but not tell any of us that he's doing that because he doesn't understand how to use Slack.
Oh.
And then I haven't heard from Sonia in a long time. And
that's also in the middle of field season.
Yeah, true, but it's a Sunday. And then Bill White, his wife, planned some kind of surprise for him this afternoon, so he can't show up either. Yeah.
Wait, how does he know about it?
He texted me because he doesn't check Slack very much either. So, how does he know about the surprise?
Yeah.
I don't know. She just said she put it on his calendar and said, I got something for you. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Wow, that's a terrible surprise then.
I guess it's not that much of a surprise then. Yeah. So. Anyway, I'm about running out of stuff to say anyway. I'm going to throw up the outro screen here.
You are? Alright. Oh, so am I. Darn, this was I can't believe they chose this week. I guess they had to choose some week to do this new Facebook, YouTube interface.
Yeah.
But right now, as long as I have all the buttons, it actually works a lot better.
Yeah.
Like, there's actually an end stream button, whereas before, it just used to be like a whole block of instructions.
Mm-hmm.
Which is much handier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So that means we're only going to be on for 4 minutes.
On YouTube, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to see the full video, head over to facebook.com/arcpodnet.
Yeah.
And check out our video section.
Or join Archaeo Field Techs.
You might not see it over there because I didn't reshare this when Facebook decided to shut the stream down everywhere. I just didn't want to do it. I'm over Facebook. So.
Wow, my God, it's almost like live streaming is difficult, or we need like a producer.
Well, I mean, even if we do share over there, people don't seem to care about live streams too much. They don't have time for it, or they're doing something else, and we never schedule a show, so people don't know when to schedule it. So we got to hope that our listeners are randomly sitting there doing nothing and then can show up and listen to us talk for 50 minutes about nothing.
See?
That's a pretty tall order, Richie.
No, it's not. Have you ever watched Twitch or Mixer?
Yeah, but those are interesting.
Sometimes.
You know, you're watching somebody do something on Twitch.
Sometimes.
You know, like play a video game or something like that. Plus, there's plenty of, archival footage to go through. But
Oh, wait. Have you been experimenting? Because I know you were experimenting with your PlayStation.
a little bit, but I haven't even turned the thing on in a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, we were out of town for about a week and a half, and then I had projects, and I don't know, it's just been a while. So, yeah.
I mean, one thing we could talk about on the way out of the show is the fact that people are still obsessed on archaeo field techs. Like, a whole bunch of field technicians are still obsessed with, like, telling people they should only buy clothing from thrift stores because they're field clothes.
Right.
Which I feel like is a terrible idea.
Well, let's look at it from two sides. What are the positives to buying from thrift stores if you're thinking like, environmentalist, archaeologist? You're reusing clothing, so you're not putting more stuff into the world. You're reusing stuff that other people used.
True.
You're destroying your clothes every season anyway. A lot of people say they are. And maybe some people do, depending on where they work. I mean, I destroyed more clothes working in the Southeast than I ever do over here in the Great Basin.
That's true, too.
Because you just have to go through briars and stuff, and you rip your clothes. I mean, there's no way around it. I mean, you can buy ripstop clothes, but you're still going to do some damage eventually to them. So,
True.
So if we're going into the assumption that you're ruining your clothes because of that, then yes, I could see the argument that says, okay, I'm going to buy cheap clothes because I'm replacing them so often, right?
True.
That being said, if you are buying decent clothes, so here's the negative argument to the thrift store. If you are buying good clothes that are designed for the activities that you're doing, like for example, I've got those 511 ripstop pants from the 511 store, and my wife and I went and did a project a couple weeks ago. And while we weren't getting, we were getting kind of scratched up a little bit. These weeds that were all over this project were very spiky, and they were poking through and hitting me, but they weren't staying in the pants, which was nice. And then there were these tiny little, like just irritating little fuzzy things that were like little death Velcro. I mean, it was bad. And they were kind of sticking to my pants a little bit, but I was able to basically brush them off. And my wife's pants were almost unusable. In fact, they're pretty much ruined because they're embedded in her pants and we can't get them out.
Oh,
and
really?
I brushed most of mine off and threw them in the laundry, and they're as good as the day I bought them.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and hers, but here's the thing too. Again, it's not about just spending money. It's about buying the right clothing for the right job.
Yeah.
And I bought those to suit most jobs, although they are a little thick. I would prefer they were a little thinner, but a little thinner would have been worse.
Yeah.
So hers are nice and thin. I mean, they're North Face pants from REI.
Ooh.
They're not cheap.
Yeah.
They just weren't the right pants, and we didn't know that.
Ah.
Yeah.
Is she going to throw them away?
I don't know what she's going to do with them. I mean, they're going to be hard to fix because even if you get all the little, they're not really burrs, but they kind of seem like burrs. But if you get, I'm just going to call them burrs for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
But if you get all those things off, the little sharp fuzzies that are on them are still in the clothing that you have. They're still like in the fabric.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's ever going to come out. Like she could get it all cleaned up and then throw it through the wash, and the next time she wears them, she's just all itchy on her legs because you got those little things in your pants. So who knows?
But one thing I will say against thrift store clothing is it's usually all like cotton or something terrible.
Well, people don't usually get rid of good stuff.
I know, that's what I mean. I mean, it's like, ugh. I mean, I don't know. I feel like some people who advocate for thrift store clothes have never worn like modern high-tech fabrics and don't understand how comfortable they are.
I would buy that.
Yeah, like the I mean, obviously this is an older generation Pullmax shirt, but the new one I bought, which is Under Armour, my God, that's like the softest material ever. It's like putting on like a silk T-shirt or something, And I never get sweaty in it ever. And even if I do like get sweaty, it just like magically like wicks the sweat away.
Yeah.
This one it'll evaporate off eventually, but it's not quite the same.
Yeah. I totally agree, man. You buy good stuff and you're more comfortable.
And a lot of the new stuff, especially the outdoorsy stuff, incorporates SPF protection.
Yeah, totally.
But
that does wash out too.
It does?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, because it's almost like a coating on the fabric. I mean, fabric itself obviously has some SPF protection because you're physically blocking the sun.
Yeah.
But as the fabric thins, that SPF protection becomes less. So you got to be careful buying like a thrift store outer shirt, something like that, that says it has SPF whatever, because it's probably less than that because of the number of washings and wearings it went through.
Yeah.
So, yeah. There's no way to test that either, aside from checking to see if you're getting sunburned.
More importantly, if you buy stuff new, or at least good stuff, it fits, as opposed to the usual bohemian sort of like,
Right.
I don't even know what you'd call it, like, like everything's like 3 sizes too large, bohemian, field tech look.
Man, some people just look so uncomfortable in the field. I don't know
See?
how they do it.
See?
When I first saw people wearing like loose, almost falling off themselves jeans in the field,
Yeah.
I mean, jeans that fit well are one thing, but jeans that don't fit well, I can't imagine how uncomfortable that is.
Yeah, plus all the bugs can get in.
I know. Yeah. So, I don't know how many loose jeans I've seen just like ripped going over a barbed wire fence or something or whatever. I just don't understand it. So,
Ugh.
well, should we call it?
Yeah, well, hold on.
What do you got?
Like
One
all
more
the
thing.
all the construction going on in town. I know we should complain about all the construction going on in town at least once for show.
It's a lot, but it's summertime in Reno.
See, that's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like, why not do it during a more handier time of the year?
Like when?
I
When
don't
it's
know.
raining a lot or during winter?
Yes. See, I did one of those.
They have to do it in the summertime. My only hope is that it's not just like patching holes and stuff, which is irritating because they're just going to do that next year. But they are replacing a lot of streets, a lot of sidewalks, and hopefully you're looking at a multi-decade improvement,
We'll see.
in the structure. So we only have to deal with it once or twice, because I know like Virginia Street here in Reno and the side streets associated with it, that's a multi-year project, but it's one and done for a long time. So, I mean, look at the last time the street was updated. What was it, 40 years ago?
Yeah, you
You know?
say that, but remember Highway 50? They had to do that in consecutive years.
Well, yeah, it's a long highway.
Yeah, but I meant like, the first time they did it, the construction was not up to quality.
Oh, well, that was a problem that I hope doesn't happen to Virginia Street.
Yeah, but every giant construction project I've ever seen in this damn state is like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Like those those deer crossing out by wells. They had to do those in consecutive years because, the first time they were not done properly. It's
yeah.
like, wow, someone's totally lining their pockets here. It's almost
Well,
like Soviet Russia.
When you get the lowest bidder on every project, every government project, it's bound to happen occasionally. So,
Oh, and you can't forget, it's always Obama's fault.
of course it is.
Just like the shooting, was it the one? I forget it was El Paso or the one that happened yesterday, where
Yeah.
people were like, "See, Obama caused so much division," and I'm like,
It's probably the El Paso one with the immigrants.
"Yeah."
So,
I'm like, "Of course, the
Yeah.
black dude caused all the racism."
right, right. Exactly. Exactly.
It's because he didn't tell them to go home.
That's
to
right.
to their home country enough.
Yeah,
You know,
because that won't cause any problems.
no,
Yeah.
ever.
Okay, well, I think we'll call it right there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess we'll see you guys next time. If you're watching the recording of this, please
Yeah.
leave a comment because we'll see the comment in real time on the recording.
Oh yeah, same here. Oh
yeah.
wait, no, not for this, but
Yeah, yeah. But leave a comment so we know people are watching these. I mean, we've done 64 episodes of this show, and it'd be nice to know that people are watching it and at least being entertained, if not learning something.
yeah.
So, yeah. And if you're interested in being a host on the Archaeology Podcast Network, Chris at archaeologypodcastnetwork.com.
True.
And that's also our email.
Oh, and don't forget, brush up on your reading skills, your script reading skills,
I suppose so. Yeah, there you go. All right.
or learn how to be concise.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, see
All
you
right.
guys.
See you later.
Oh wait, we haven't.